Buenos dias from Merida, Mexico. Today is actually April 24th. It is Saturday morning, 2021. Uh, yes, it's been over what? A year? 2 years? A year since the last update on this. And there's some things have happened since then. One of the things is I had my leg amputated just below the knee, uh, halfway down, um, because of that foot you'll see in the last video where it went gangrene. So on March 4th of 2020, I actually, let's back up a sec. I went swimming, had a tiny little pinprick on the big toe, and tried to battle it. That was in the summer of 2019, July, August, swimming in the swimming pool in the apartment complex in Battle Creek. And yes, I developed an infection and battled it for about 6 months into 2020, February, end of February, and could not battle it. It went progressed, and you saw the previous video of the photographs of the foot. So I went to the VA. They allowed me to go outside of the network of the VA, and I found a fantastic surgeon, vascular surgeon out of Marshall, Michigan. And we scheduled the amputation on March 4th of 2020. Stayed in the hospital for a week watching for infections. He had only given me at that time a 40% chance of it healing at that amputation point. He gave me a 60% chance if I amputated above the knee. And I said, well, it's only a 20% difference, and I would like to keep the knee if I could. So we opted for the below the knee amputation. Surgery went great. I remember lights going into the surgery room, and that was it. I don't really remember waking up, but the pain was uh, manageable. I think I had to take uh, a Motrin while I was in the hospital. Uh, they offered me Norcos, and I did not even want to go there. So after a week in the hospital, I was supposed to go to the VA medical center to rehab, and they had an epidemic of the flu. And at that time, it was the flu. And so they quarantined that facility, and so I had to find another one. So they offered me this nursing home, the Laurels of Bedford in Battle Creek. And yeah, I got there on, I think it was a Thursday, Friday. My family came to come pick me up for lunch that Saturday. And I was supposed to see the physical therapist after lunch, so I would need to let them know what time I was coming back. By the time I went back down there and I came back to go out the door because my family was there waiting for me, they shut it down. They locked that facility down because of this thing called COVID. And I was locked down for 6 weeks in this COVID petri dish where they had maybe 7,500 people in this facility, and my ward had 22, 25 people. And by the time I left, there was 4 people left, including myself. Everyone had either succumbed to this and were turning out to the morgue because my window was right there at the entrance, so I could see, or they were put into isolation because they had fevers and pneumonia and contracted COVID. And it was thankfully I never caught it. My roommate had it, and these rooms were very small, for 2 persons in a room. It's even smaller than the military. But military barracks, if anybody remembers that, yeah, it's even smaller than that. But yeah, I never contracted it. It was all around there, and they finally allowed me to leave. Had to get approval by the CDC, and I was allowed to. Thankfully, my family was able to work on the outside for me and find me a wheelchair accessible apartment in Union City, Michigan, where my daughter lives, and so I could be close to family. But at that point, I was rather self sufficient. I did need some help with dishes and some house chores, but I was allowed to leave and go stay 14-day quarantine, and never showed any symptoms or signs. And yeah, so that was May of last year. And this whole time I had worked with a prosthetic company. They provided me with a prosthetic leg. I trained on that for a good 3 months, 4 months, because I received it in, I want to say, June, possibly June, and walked on that. Had a physical therapist come in, and she helped me train with the leg and exercises. And then the end of December, beginning of January, we measured myself for a new leg. And this one, that's what this one is. It is a articulating ankle where it bends forward and backwards, side to side, and twists. So, and so I received that in the end of February, about the end of February of 2021. And I've been training on that and still training on it, still forming it. But it is a big difference from the fixed ankle. I'm now able to go up inclines, and that was my one concern because of this beautiful place that I'm in now. This is I'm in Merida, Mexico. I've been planning this for 3 years to enjoy life, get to where it is warmer. And yeah, so now I've moved here. When did I move here? I've been here 2 weeks now. Anyways, so yeah, April 10th is when I moved here. Yeah, so I'm staying in this beautiful Airbnb that's fully furnished and electric included and outstanding Wi-Fi. For less than I was paying just for my rent back in Michigan, where it was freaking cold. No offense, family, but it's cold. With anybody with this disease understands that cold hurts. So yes, so at this moment, this left leg is great. The surgeon did an amazing job, and I am still battling the open wound on the big toe of my right foot. I've been dealing with that for the longest time, longer than this left foot. So, thankfully, I'm keeping that at bay. I have had to do a self amputation on the middle finger. Um, and how I do that is with, you know, peroxide each morning, blow drying it with a blow dryer, and then depending on the severity, I can either use Neosporin or I have the staph antibiotic that the military sent me, uh, mirapersin, mirapersin, or something like that. Anyway, that stuff works. But the thing is, that's the last ditch effort because it also kills live skin cells and everything else. But so yeah, I'm just otherwise I'm doing well. I have a wheelchair that a manual wheelchair. I had an electric one, but it's not conducive here in Mexico. But I'm able to get around with my manual wheelchair um, in the roads, not on the sidewalks. I should do a video for that. I also have another series about Merida, Mexico, the things I'm doing out here. But yes, I'm able to wheel around. I'm able to walk. Last night I went to a dinner party and took an Uber and didn't take the wheelchair and walked around. Was able to walk into the restaurant, walk to the bar, get a drink, walk down to the table, um, and it was not much of an issue. It was some soreness, but that was because it was at the end of the day and I've been walking all day. Um, yeah, so far so good. Smoking, I'm still smoking. I thought I would quit while I was down here, but it is so. Uh, well, anyways, yeah. Yes, I'm still smoking. Um, pain, I'm still using cannabis for pain, and that seems to work well. A couple times since I've been out of the hospital this last year, I've had to take Motrin. When I was in after having the amputation, they gave me a blister pack of 600 milligram Motrin pills, and I think I've had to take 5 total since now for over the year. Otherwise, cannabis helps. So yeah, so that is the update. I am going to see a specialist here in Merida. Uh, I will give more information about that later. My appointment. Uh, like I said, I moved down here 2 weeks ago and belong to a Facebook group, expats in Merida. And this one woman that lives here, uh, she'd been following my story and had a friend that was a doctor at the main hospital here. So she helped me make an appointment. I'm so very thankful for her. She was very helpful. Um, yes, I have an appointment on Monday. Uh, he heard about my story and did want to see me as a patient. So again, there is no cure. They say quitting smoking slows the disease. Yes, as smoking will slow any vascular disease. Understand? And currently, the experimentations that are going on are in Japan and Korea, and I believe Ireland and England may be doing some research as well. But that's it so far. But we'll see how this doctor is. I know thank goodness that they had the choice program for the VA because the VA doctors um, didn't know much. So I'll just leave it at that. I am very thankful for their assistance with the prosthetics, the wheelchairs, the bandages, my medicines that I need. So I am grateful for that. But I'm so very thankful also for the choice program to where I found a different surgeon. Now here in Mexico, um, it is I am paying out of pocket uh, as I go. The VA insurance doesn't work here, um, but it is affordable. So, um, I think my initial visit with this specialist will be 700 pesos, which is about $35.50, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, that is the latest updates. Welcome to 2021. We just skipped over 2020, right? Uh, I was pretty much locked up in an insane asylum. I was thinking about even making a movie called "Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest" #2. But yeah, no. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will. Now that I'm here and settled in, getting to Mexico, I will be adding more videos and more updates on my condition. So yes, everybody that has this disease, I know what you're going through. So just go day by day. It's a battle it mentally. Positive attitude does wonders for the body. So everybody have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.